All right, so now we are live. I am in my pajamas. We are having a polka dot pajama party because it's happening. So I wanted to come on and just talk about polka dot and answer questions, the most frequently asked questions that I get on a regular basis about polka dot. I have my little index card here with some of the questions that I get so that I can keep myself on track. So we are on Facebook Live and Zoom Live, so that's really fun. We are just like plugging away today. So sorry that Channing Tatum isn't really here, but he's here with us in spirit, he told me. So we'll go with that. Hey, Carrie. So Polka Dot Powerhouse, in a nutshell, we are a connection company. And what that means is that we are a networking group of women who are focused on, building relationships with other women to grow our businesses or grow personally, personal development, professional development. It's all about connections. It's all about relationship building. So that, in a nutshell, is what Polka Dot Powerhouse is. It's really hard to describe what it is because a lot of times people say that polka dot is a feeling. And so that is, it's hard to describe that feeling. But it has been, and I'll just tell you guys, I'm trying really hard. I don't want to sound like a BSer, but Polka Dot Powerhouse has literally changed my life. It has changed my business, and I just cannot say enough things about it. And I sorry if I'm a little annoying with all of my posts about it, but it's just because I believe in this company and I believe in the message so much that I just feel that I would be a bad friend if I wasn't sharing the information. So some of the most frequently asked questions that I get are about attendance. Well, I can't attend every month. That's okay, because guess what? There are no attendance requirements in Polka Dot Powerhouse. You are able to do what you are able to do. And we believe that you are a grown-up and that you can do the things that make sense for you and your business. So currently we have, oh, thanks, Clay. We have 3 opportunities a month for our members and guests to come and attend a meeting. The company also provides 2 opportunities a month to have an online meeting. And what that does is allows you to expand your network even further. There are some incredibly amazing women that attend these online meetings. They business coaches and some really great companies that attend an online meeting, and you get to know each other better. And I've been able to connect with women in other states just by attending an online meeting. And they are pretty much just the same as a regular in-person meeting. You're just in front of a computer instead of in person. So you kind of give more virtual high fives than you would hugs. But then we have opportunities for everyone to get together. We have sisterhood summits and what they call celebration, which is like a convention. And this year our convention is in Denver in October, and it's already a sold out event. And I am secretly putting in an application to have our convention brought to Seattle next year. So I'm really excited about that. So that's about attendance. So there are no attendance requirements. You can attend as many or as little meetings as you would like. I have members that have never attended a meeting, and that's okay because they are getting value from it in other ways. So there are also polka dots all over the United States and now in Canada. So what that means is that you can actually, if you're traveling, you can go to another polka dot meeting wherever you're traveling to. So yes, there is a meeting in Hawaii, so that's pretty cool. Who doesn't want to go to Hawaii, right? So, but you can go to the Polka Dot Powerhouse website and click Find a Meeting, and you will see the map where all of the, where we have chapters. There is also a chapter that is either just launched or is launching in Las Vegas, and we also have one in Reno. So those are really hot spot, vacation areas. There's about 10 chapters in California, so that's pretty cool as well. And so you can go visit a chapter anywhere in where we have one. So that's a really awesome benefit of Polka Dot. And we have, one of the other questions that I get a lot about is, do I have to own a business in order to be in Polka Dot? And the answer is no, you do not have to own a business. So we have in our chapter, we have nonprofit organizations in our chapter. We have professional women who are in the mortgage industry or in the insurance industry. They're not really selling anything, but relationships are really important to building their and growing their business. So you do not have to be a business owner. You can just be a professional woman. You can also be a student. That's okay too. So the other questions that we get a lot about are guest speakers. So we have a guest speaker at every meeting, and they are there to provide some sort of expertise. And so that could be, we always ask people, what are you an expert at? And our members get first priority over those speaking opportunities. You get 20 minutes to share with us your expertise. So that's really cool. Introductions. I have a lot of people that are really nervous about introducing themselves. Maybe they're more of introverted, and that's okay. But we have these handy dandy little cards here that give you some tips on how to introduce yourself. And so you'll see here on the, I'll just kind of read it over so you can see what it says. But it's asking you your name and your business, where your business is located, how you heard about Polka Dot Powerhouse, or how have you grown from it if you are already a member. And then you can choose 2 of the following statements to include in your introduction. One of them is, one thing you may not know about my business is, what makes my business practice different is, one thing I love about what I do is, and I would love to connect with more people who. So those are some really great questions that you can use to kind of introduce yourself. And then we do one tiny little thing a little different is that we have advanced questions on the back. So if you are, a member and you have your introduction down pat and you want to do something different, we ask you, who do you serve? What do you want me to tell other people about you? And what is your phrase that pays? So those are some other great questions that you can answer for us during your introduction. We have an agenda here. So we do follow a format. Our meetings run 2 hours long because we have a 1-minute introduction. We talk about collaborations. So who did you do business with, and like giving people a shout out. Celebration. So if you have a personal or a professional achievement that you want to share about. If you have a new product, service, or event you'd like to share, if you need a referral for something, like you need a plumber or something like that. We also do chapter and company news. We have our guest speaker, and we do a traveling award, which is awarded to, it's an award that we, that passes on from person to person to person, and you get to leave a part of yourself in the traveling award in the box. And then we do a drawing to, we give away a gift card to go have coffee or lunch to 2 members in our meeting. Currently, our Kitsap chapter has over 50 members. I think we are at 56 or 57 members. And so we are growing like weeds, which is really amazing. We also have a book club. So we, we value education. That's a huge part of Polka Dot Powerhouse. And so we do have a book club, and each member gets to volunteer. They pick the book, they pick the date, the discussion date, and so they get to be in charge of all of that. That is not on me. One of the things that makes Polka Dot really different than some other networking groups, which are awesome, is that we are community over competition. We are not exclusive, which means that we have more than one insurance agent. We have more than one mortgage rep. We have more than one doTERRA oils. We have more than one photographer. So like, we believe that together we are stronger, and that we are a no drama group. So that means that you walk into our room and you do not feel that weird tension that can come along when you have people in the same room who do the same thing. You just don't find that in our group. So very much no drama is one of our number one rules. So along with Polka Dot membership, it includes access to our website, which has over 2,500 Polka Dot sisters available and excited to connect with you. And we have Facebook groups that are private for members only, where you can, ask for referrals or get some advice, or, share about your business, introduce yourself, and things like that. So it's a really great way to grow your business, or just grow yourself, your relationships. It's interesting because you think about each person that walks through that room has about 200 connections of people that they know on minimum, right? And so it's really amazing when you do the math to think about how big our network really is. I did the math, and we're about 500,000 people, connections just out there, like all waiting. Like, it's pretty awesome. So if you guys have questions, feel free to pop them up, and I will be happy to answer questions for you guys. Let's see here. What else do we have? I talked about our attendance requirements, our introductions, traveling, our online meetings, our Facebook groups, our website. So we do have a website that allows, it kind of has a Facebook element to it when it's on the back end. So once you log in, you'll be able to kind of see, you can search for members based on their profession, their location. You can search for members, keyword searches, which is really cool as well. And let's see here. I'm trying to think if there's anything else. Leslie, is there anything you think that I need to talk about?
You did a great job covering all that stuff. The one thing I wrote in the chat was you can be a man too. You were talking about you can be a professional person and nonprofit, blah, blah, blah. So
yes, we are, our material is more geared towards women. However, Polka Dot Powerhouse does not discriminate, and therefore we do, we have had men come to our, we've had a gentleman came to our open house, and he was pretty cool. And he made some really cool wooden journals for us, which are really awesome. So yeah, so men are welcome too. We are not gonna kick you out. You may, you're just gonna have to be cool with a bunch of chicks. Like, that's just how it goes, right? So Christine, did you have any questions?
Sorry, I muted.
Okay, I can hear you now.
Okay, perfect. I do have a question.
Good.
Perfect. Let me see. I was writing it down when you were talking. Let me find that note. Okay. So are there specific actions that have to be taken before you can become a member? Like, does somebody have to visit and come as a guest to a certain number of meetings before you can join?
No, so you can join as a member anytime. You do not have to attend a meeting first. We had 10 members before our chapter even launched. And so they just because you're, the benefits start immediately. So you can immediately start connecting with women. And honestly, there are women that don't have a chapter near them, and they are an online member basically. And so they just attend the regular online meetings, and they see the value in that. So they don't have a chapter near them. But the chapter in Tacoma actually started because Kim was an online member for about a year, and then she finally decided, I want to like meet more people. So she decided to start the chapter after becoming just an online member, because there were no chapters in Washington State. So there are currently 2 chapters in Washington State. We are very big supporters of each other. So we, like on Tuesday, I'm going over to her chapter and she comes to ours all the time, and we just go over and visit each other all the time. So that's one of those really cool benefits that we get to do. And I connect with her members all the time too. So does that answer your question?
Yes. Also, do you, like, while you are a member, so I assume, is it annual? Is it annually
it's
that you're paying for a membership fee?
Yeah, it's an annual membership. And currently there's a special that ends tomorrow that gives you 15 months of membership for the price of 12 plus $50 off. So it's basically the normal membership fee is $299 annual, and then there's a $199 renewal. So it's not as much to renew as it, the first year it has a little bit more. And then so with the coupon, it's $249, and that coupon code is SUMMER, which will get you $50 off. Plus, then you won't have to renew your membership until I think it's November of 2018. So it's a pretty cool deal. That special, I've only seen it come around like twice. So that's why I'm like, oh my gosh, like people need to know about this, because it's not something that comes around very often. The launch special is only 2 free months. So this is like better than the launch special. So it's definitely something that I wanted people to know about, because it is a huge savings.
Okay. Perfect. And so if you wanted to become a member, it's all done online, or is that done with you?
All done online. Yep. You go to polka.powerhouse.com and you click join the sisterhood, and then you fill out your information and your payment method. I don't recommend clicking the pay by check option, because then you don't get instant access. So you have to mail the check, and then it takes like a week, sometimes 2 weeks. So I usually just say pay with a credit card. You can also use PayPal as an option. Some members use the PayPal credit as an option so that they can do payment plan and pay, monthly payments. That is the only way to do a monthly payment, is through PayPal credit. So that is one of the cool features of it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's pretty.
So I heard as you. Oh, did I lose you?
No, I'm still here.
You're here. Okay.
Yeah.
So when you were opening, what did you said that it's changed your life. So talk to me a little bit about that. What has it done for you?
So my network has expanded immensely. So, I've done other networking groups before. I've done BNI, Friends of Facebook, all of them, and they are fantastic. But I really felt like I was missing something, and kind of like I have found like a tribe, I guess is the best way to describe it. And it has really opened up with having all of these connections to not only polka dots in my area, but outside of my area. I have met some of my bestest friends from a polka dot in another state just by reaching out to them and saying, hey, it looks like we have something in common. Do you want to, let's set up a time to connect. And we just talk on the phone, or we do a video chat, or, whatever. And I have figured out ways to collaborate with other people in other states with my business. So just besides doing photography and starting this body image boot camp that I started, I actually was able to include, I think 4 polka dot sisters to be expert guest speakers in my boot camp. So they're getting more exposure. And that's been really super incredible. But it's just like completely changed the way that I look at business. And I don't look at it as more of a, what am I going to get out of it? It's more about what can I give somebody? So it's completely changed my mindset on networking. And I never thought that I could be in a networking group that with just women that wasn't gonna be catty and kind of have that, catty attitude. It just doesn't exist in our chapter or in any chapter that I'm aware of in Polka Dot. It doesn't exist there because it's like this sisterhood and we all have each other's backs. When I went to Celebration last year in Chicago, that completely changed how I saw Polka Dot. Like all of a sudden the light bulb went on. It was like I was a Polka Dot sister and everything like that, but going to that event completely changed how I saw Polka Dot. And it made me really, truly understand what it was. That was really when that shift happened for me. And so I'm really excited to go to Denver. And I don't know if you saw, but I get to be a guest speaker in Denver, which is like the most incredible thing. So,
and that's the one that you said that's sold out, you said, correct?
They have a waiting list.
Wow.
They have a waiting list right now for it. But yeah, it's pretty stinking amazing. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, that's awesome. Awesome. Awesome.
Mm-hmm. Leslie, do you want to share your what Polka Dot has done for you?
I have just enjoyed my time coming to the meetings, and in the beginning that it was only once a month. I'm like, okay, good, not a huge commitment or anything, but as our chapter has grown, we have added meetings, and you just get to meet different women at different meetings because not everybody can meet the meetings. But we have a whole bunch of different women that are very diverse and really interesting. So you learn stuff at the meeting because we have a guest speaker and we do our commercials. And then also it's been really fun. I've been a member for over a year now and met with a lot of these people, and they're just my friends. So it's really awesome.
Awesome. Awesome. Well,
thank you, Leslie, for sharing.
I was going to ask something. What was I going to ask? Oh. It'll come to me.
Okay.
Yeah, it'll come.
Yeah. So what are you looking for? Like, what is the thing that is, what are you looking for in a group, Christine?
Oh, I think for me, I'm very good at, how do I say that without sounding like an arrogant person? Yeah, so I am. I mean, I can go up and talk to anybody, and and I do put that hand in hand with becoming a part of Thrive and loving how it's made me feel. So when somebody sees my little sticker and I'm just like, oh, it's Thrive, and then I can just like talk to them. So I think for me, what I would be looking to get out of something like this is not only being able to just kind of make that first connection, but to build long-term relationships like you're speaking of. And I know it doesn't happen overnight, but I think just being able to kind of learn how to build on, if I can set the foundation, which I can, like how do I continue to build and keep relationships? So I think that's what it would be for me. And that is, okay, now I remember what I was going to say.
Oh, good.
So do you find that you said you were a member of other networking groups, and so is this now the only one that you are a part of, or are you still a part of? Do you feel like you still have to go out and do other networking groups on top of Polka Dot, or is this all you're doing?
So when I found Polka Dot, I was not actively networking anymore. I had taken some time to really focus on my business. And with BNI, I loved BNI, but it's a really stringent commitment, you know, with a once a week meeting. And if I couldn't attend, I had to have a sub, which is great. And I understand why they do that. But I needed time. I needed to kind of regroup and kind of be a little selfish for a little while. And so I left, and really I worked on my studio, I worked on rebranding, I worked on like all of that stuff. And then all of a sudden I get an email from another photographer in Wisconsin about polka dot. And I was intrigued because I had never heard of what is a polka dot Powerhouse, like that. I've never heard of that before. And I go on the website, I watch this video, and I'm then upset that there were no meetings in Washington. And I was like, wait, what? Like, we need this here. And so once I found polka dot, I mean, I still do networking because I believe that there are always new people to meet, and I don't want to just limit myself to polka dot. But, you know, I'll go to Green Drink sometimes. I might go to the chamber sometimes. So, you know, you're going to find different people at those meetings with all different agendas. Like, they're not all the same. I've even still gone to Friends of Facebook, you know, and I talk about polka dot and I talk about my business. And I, you know, let them know if we're doing a special event or something like that. So we're very, as polka dots, we're very still community oriented. We got a team together and we did the Walk a Mile in Her Shoes event for the YWCA. We're going to be doing a team for the Alzheimer's Walk in September. We'll be doing a dream drive this fall and winter. We haven't started talking about that yet, but we get to choose an organization to help. And last year we helped the Salvation Army and the Days for Girls organization by collecting tampons and maxi pads and things, and panties. So we kind of partnered up with Seroptist, and that's what we did. So we are really big in our community, and it shows. I mean, everybody that's in our chapter is very much a community activist. So there's always something going on that, you know, you'll find dots everywhere. Just every time I go somewhere, I run into a polka dot sister, which means I have to take a selfie with them because that's the rule. And you know what I mean? It's just the coolest thing to go to the coffee shop and then all of a sudden you're just running into polka dots, having meetings everywhere. And it's so cool. They're just getting to know each other and building relationships. And from, you know, from that foundation that's built, sometimes business follows. You know, and that's really what it's about.
Right. Okay. Well, yeah, I think, like, you know, I've seen you, I've gotten the invites, and it's just, I just haven't been able to really, you know, commit. And I am looking for that right networking group that can be invaluable, not only to my business, but more so and more importantly to me. Does that make sense?
Absolutely.
So that I can grow as an individual as well.
Yes.
Because I mean, I think if I grow as a person, then of course that's going to help me in my business. So that's kind of where I'm at. And I visited several of the BNI groups, and they were intriguing, and I thought, wow, but I couldn't commit, especially with Dusty and baseball and having to find subs and stuff. So knowing that that's not the case here, is that what I heard when you were explaining that?
Yeah, absolutely true. So like I said, we have 3 meeting opportunities a month. We have a breakfast, lunch, and a dinner. And the lunch option is brand new. So we're really excited about that. We have our first one on Thursday. But if you can make it, great. And if you can't, we'll miss you. But you know, we have over 50 members, but our meetings, we're only allowed to have 30 people at them. So for time purposes. So because, you know, as girls, it can get a little chatty, and having more than 30 can be really crowded. So we limit it to 30 people, and we do ask people to RSVP and let us know that they're coming. We have had meetings that were sold out where we had we wound up having more than 30 people show up because some people didn't RSVP, and it was really crazy. But we, you know, if we're getting in that situation, we have someone keep time to keep us on track, so that I want to be respectful of people's time. And if they want to mingle afterwards, by all means, they are free to, but I don't want someone looking at their watch the whole time going, I have to go, I have to go, I have to go. So if they do, that's okay. You know, they can, you know, as soon as the meeting's over, they can take off. We are really big on doing group photos afterwards. So we always get together and do a group photo just to, you know, commemorate the event and celebrate our guests that showed up and sometimes new members that join us. And so it's just a really cool thing that I like to do. And we set up the camera on the tripod and I race in to get in the picture, and it's really fun.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome. All right. Well, thank you. Thank you very much for everything.
I hope that was helpful for you to hear this info. Okay, so
yeah,
I am.
It was.
What's that, Carrie? Christine? I lost you. Leslie, is there anything you want to add? You guys are frozen. Okay, so thank you so much for joining us on our first ever online Polka Dot Powerhouse open house pajama party. I hope you guys got some information. And again, if you would like to join Polka Dot Powerhouse, tomorrow is the last day to take advantage of this really amazing special, which is 3 extra months of free membership plus $50 off. Go to polkadotpowerhouse.com, click join the sisterhood, and enter the coupon code SUMMER, and you will be immediately joined and welcomed into this amazing sisterhood. And make sure that you select the chapter that you would like to join. If Kitsap is not close to you, there are other chapters nearby. Tacoma is one of them. And then, of course, we have chapters all over the United States. And Canada. So we are just really excited to share Polka Dot with people. We are on a mission to find the women that need us. And sometimes people don't realize that they need us until they find us. And so we're just trying to get out there and let ladies know that Polka Dot Powerhouse is here and that we would love to work with them and help them grow their businesses. So thanks so much for joining us, and we will see you guys later.